Okay guys, so today we are going to carry on working on our rolling cube game, but as you've seen by the thumbnail, we are actually changing the name temporarily, hopefully. So, which means we are also going to be changing the movement of the cube. That is the idea of today's episode. Today we are going to be working on that, probably only changing the movement, because I've been working on this game in a separate project, just trying to figure out how to do things. And the current movement of the cube, where we rotate it onto the next face, onto the next platform as well, it kind of messes up, or it doesn't mess up everything. Everything else messes up the movement. So when we go and try and implement something else, it affects the movement of the cube when we rotate it onto the next face. So just for now, hopefully we can revert it back to the rolling later. But for now, we're going to change it up. So instead of it rotating onto the next face, it actually just slides across to the next platform, and it also stays on the same face, because that should help us get further into the game for now. But we might have these problems later on, but which is kind of not the best way to do things. But we want to see what this game is actually like and see how fun it is. And then from there, we can work on trying to get the rolling back in. So let's go and jump into it. So this is where I can't remember what we did in the previous episode. I probably should have checked, but I believe we were working on a teleporting platform. So if we go to our prefabs, we started building out this level, which these two blue platforms here are teleporting platforms. We do have them as a prefabs. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to scrap that idea for now. We're not going to scrap it. We're going to put it on hold for now. And let's just get our movement of our cube working first. Because as you can see now, if we play the game, we have no movement. Somehow the movement of our cube has just randomly stopped working. So let's just go and we'll delete that. We do have our teleporting platforms in our prefab, so we can pull them back in later. But let's go and do this first of all. So let's just build up this level quickly so that we can have a complete level. So this is going to be at 1. We'll just round that off. That's going to be at 0. And then this, copy and paste that. And that's just going to go not that way. What am I doing? Move that to there and then round that off to 2. Okay, so we should now have a full platform or full level to play. There we go. So you can see that we still can't really move our platform, which is fine. We'll figure that out just now. But what are these errors that we're getting? So these are to do with the teleporting platform detector. Okay, so that is to do with our teleporting, but we don't really need that yet. So let's see, where is it? Canvas. What is this attached to? Platform detector. Let's see. Is this attached to any of our platforms? So let's see. Platform detector. Is this on this one? No. Nope. Okay, so we have a platform detector on our start and our endpoint. Okay, that's a bit strange. So let's just go and edit that and see if it... Okay, so it does come up with this one. So, you know what, just to save some time, let's just go and comment that out, and that should just get rid of our error for now. So if we just play this again, let's see if that gets rid of it. Okay, so our error is now gone. So, and you can see our movement is still not working. So let's go and try and get that sorted. So what we have to do that is let's go to our move script here. And we are going to scrap all. Well, I'm not going to scrap it. We're just going to change it slightly because most of it's going to stay the same. But instead of having our cube roll onto the next face, we're just going to make it kind of like slide or shift to the other face, and that should work like this. Let me give you a... Okay, no, I can't give you a demo because I broke the other one as well. Okay, so let's do this from scratch. So what we're going to need is we're going to need a new vector 3, and that's going to be our slide position. or rather our slide direction. Why am I typing in caps? So slide direction. We can get rid of the position. What else do we need? We need a grid size and a speed. So we've got a speeder there already, so we can leave that like that. We can just copy and paste that and change this to grid size. So this is going to tell us how many or how far we want our cube to slide. So we're just going to make it 1 because we only shift with, well, I think our platforms are 1 unit in size. So it's going to go from the middle of the previous one to the middle of the next one, which is going to be 1. So that should be fine. Now, instead of calling roll, let us call, actually, you know what, I'm going to copy and paste this. Copy, and then I'm going to actually comment that out. So I'm going to copy and then paste it here. So just so that when we come back to it, we know what we were doing. So this will change to slide, so we can slide our cube. And then we can now call slide instead of roll. And then we just need to change a few things in our method here. So first things first, before we call our slide method, we need to go and tell the direction which way. So to do that, we could just leave it like that. So we pass, like the previous one, we're passing in the direction. So there we have it. There's no need to change that. Well, I don't think. We might have to change it later. So let's see, what else do we need to do? Then in our slide here, we can go and say, let's get rid of this, and then let's get rid of this first. And then let's say target position is going to be equal to the transform dot position plus direction times 1. So this is going to be the, this is going to, it's pretty much going to say the same. So we can just go and say direction times the slide grid size, sorry. That's what I'm looking for, because that needs to tell us how far we want it to slide. So we can leave that like that. Then underneath that, we can go and say is moving is going to be equal to true, because we don't want it to, we don't want the player to be able to like double press and move the cube in 2 directions. We only want the player to be able to move the cube 1 direction at a time. So that's fine. We can leave that like that. Let's just go and test this out and see what this does. I don't expect this to work at all because we barely changed anything. So let's play this and see. So if we, okay, so it kind of does work, but we need to change the value of the Y position. So there we have it. We have some sliding movement with our cube. So that's good. You can see that it kind of goes through our platforms, which is not good. Let's go and add let's go and change the Y value first. So the Y value of our cube should be, what should it be? Let's just check quickly, and then we'll just hard code it for now, and then later on we'll change it. So let's play the game. I believe it should stay at 0. Actually, that's minus 0. What am I doing? So if we move, you can see it's gone down to -1. So this should be minus 0.6. Okay. Let's just make sure that's right. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we're just gonna hard code this, and this is gonna be minus 0.6 for now. And let's just test that out and see if we made the cube stay on the right place. Okay, so that's fine. We can see that the cube is now, we have free movement of our cube, which is great. But also we haven't really done the falling of the cube once it's off the platform. So that's an episode probably further down the line. Okay, so that's fine. We can leave that like that. Now let's go and see if we add a rigid body to our cube. Let's get rid of gravity just for now, and let's see if we get anything different. Okay, so nothing's different, but what I want to do now, just to make sure that we are actually colliding with our platforms, I am going to add a second collider to all of our platforms. So in this case, we only have 2 types of platforms, or 2 types of normal platforms. So let's open up our orange platform, and on our orange platform we can add a sphere collider. We can make it a lot smaller because it doesn't need to be that big. Make it smaller like that, and then we'll make it an is trigger, and then we can, on this platform, we can go and create another script. Do we have a script we can use for this? Let's see, scripts. Yeah, we have platform detector. So let's use that. So on our orange platform, let's add our platform detector script onto there, and then let's go and edit that and see what we can do in here. So we can, in here we can say if, well, we've already got it. If we go and if we trigger our, what am I doing? We have our on trigger here, which means that whenever we go and collide with that sphere collider, this on trigger is going to be called because we ticked it as a trigger. So now we check if the thing that we collide with is our cube, then we can do whatever's in this if statement. But it's not going to be a teleporting tag because it's not a teleporting platform, so we can leave that like that. We can create another if statement and say if, actually we don't need to do anything. Let's just go and say for now print platform. Actually, let's just go and say game object dot name, just so we know that what we're colliding with. So this should be, actually that's not going to work because this is, actually it might work. Let's see. We should get printed out our orange platform whenever we collide with our orange platform. So there we have it. So whenever we collide with our orange platforms, you can see that we get this message popping up in our console. So now we know which platform we're on. We can go and do the exact same thing for our red platform. So I'm going to copy and paste our sphere collider. So let's copy this component, go to our red platform, add a sphere collider on there, and then we can just paste the value so that pretty much looks identical, or is going to be identical to our other one. Then we just need to add in our platform detector script, so we can add that onto there. And then let's just do the same to our, actually we've already done it to our start platform, so that's fine. What we can do here is we can copy and paste this twice, because here I think we have a start global.start point tag, and then instead of doing that, let's go and print out game object dot name. So this should print out our start point tag, or whatever our start platform is called. So this will be our endpoint tag, and then the same thing, let's go and print out this. Do we have a platform start point? And then we also have a platform. So let's just add another if statement, and this can be, oh, what am I doing? This can be platform. There we go. Okay, so now we have all of that. Now this should work. So let's go and test that out. So we can see we've just collided with our start point. When we move on to our red one, we get a red platform, and then orange platform, red, orange, red, and then endpoint. Okay, so that's working nicely. So now we know which platform we're on, which is going to help us, because right now we are going to create a brand new platform. So we have this blue platform. What I'm going to do here is I am going to delete this sphere collider. And then we can go and add in a new 3D object, and this is also going to be a cube. So this is going to be a lot smaller. So let's make it about 0.3 maybe by 0.3, and then let's say 0.3 like that maybe. We'll bring it up like that. It's going to look quite stupid, but we're not aiming for the game to look good at the moment. We're just trying to get the game to actually work. So we'll leave it like that. Can leave that like that, and then this is going to, we're going to have to take the box collider off of that because we don't want to be able to collide with it. In fact, we want to actually, we could leave it on there, but let's go and tick the is trigger, because then we don't have to put a sphere collider on. We can just leave it like that. And then in here, we can go and copy this and paste this and say, this is going to be a button platform tag. So we need to go make that. All right, so let's make this. Okay, so like you've noticed, this is now going to be a button platform. So the aim of this platform is to press the button, and that is going to trigger something else in the scene to happen. So for example, I don't know if I showed you in one of the other episodes, but in the other game that I'm working on, this button actually at the moment triggers other platforms to move into place so that you can complete the level. Because I have a few levels that are made with certain platforms out of place, which stops you from moving further. So in order for you to move further to the end platform, you have to press the button, and then that way the moving platforms is what they called will then move in line with all the other platforms, which will allow you to go across. Because I have actually done the falling bit in the other game. So when we do that bit in this game, it will make sense. So here is our button platform. So let's just go into our game and see if this works. So we're going to have to put this in to our actual level. So I'm just going to delete a random platform, and then we're just going to put this in there. Okay. So this is going to be over here somewhere like that. So let's just go around to the source. That's going to be 0, that's going to be 0, and then that's going to be 1. So that should be fine. Let's just go play the game and see if that works. Okay, so that's not going to work. And the reason why is we need to add a tag onto this. And this is going to be a new tag called button platform. So we'll add that onto there. And hopefully that should work. Let's test it out. So if we move onto here, it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, I know why. So let's see, cube. Let's go and add our platform detector onto there. And now this should work. This should now give us a... Nope, that still doesn't work. You know why? Because this is going to be a platform, and then I think our cube has to have a button platform. Not that that makes any sense. We might change it later on, but hopefully that should work now. So let's go and see. Okay, there we go. So I mean, it's printing out blue platform, but it's technically a button platform. The only difference is this is named blue platform. So let's go and rename that just so that it makes sense. So blue platform is going to change to button platform. Okay, so now we have our button platform working. It's now triggering our script, which is fine, but you can see that nothing happens to the actual button platform. We want that to change. We want that this white square to disappear so that it actually looks like you've pressed or something's happened. So let's go and do that. Do we want to do that? You know what, let's just do it. Okay, so we are going to create another script, and this is going to be attached to our button platform. So let's open that up. First of all, let's go out of gameplay, open this prefab. So let's add a button platform script. I have to create this one from scratch, button platform, like that. Okay, so now let's go and edit this, put that in our scripts folder, and then let's open it up. So we're going to need a reference to that button. So let's go and say serialize field game object. This is going to be our button. And then let's see. I don't think we need an update method for now. So let's go and change this. This can be pressed. I don't know, something like that. You can name it whatever you want. So this might need to be public, just so we can access it from different scripts. Okay, so in here, all we're going to do is we're going to say button dot set active, and that's going to be false. And then we're also just going to print out button pressed, because we're not going to do the functionality of it yet because we don't quite have our moving platform created. So we'll work on our moving platform in the next episode, and then once we've got our moving platform working, we can go and link the two up and then have the moving platform be triggered by the button. So whenever you go and press on the button, it moves the platform. So we'll drag that into our button platform script so that it knows what to disable. And then what we have to do now is we need to go and say, actually, we can just do this. No, we can't do that. How are we going to do this? Actually, you know what? We can do it for now. It's not really that big of a deal. So let's copy and paste that. This is going to be game. Actually, this is going to be... No, wrong one. We'll cut that out. This needs to be in our platform detector script. So it's going to be similar to our teleporting manager, but this is going to be a button platform. So button platform like that, and then we'll just copy and paste that there, and then we'll change that to a small case. Okay, so now we can drag and drop in. So now whenever we go and press on this button platform, it's going to trigger this if statement. So here we can go and say button platform dot pressed. So that should work. That should call that method that we just created in the button platform, and then it should work. So we'll drag that into there so it knows what to use, and then we can give this a test. So when we go and stand or move the cube onto that blue platform, we should get a message being printed out, but we don't. We get an error. Okay, so let's try and figure out. So let's see. Null reference exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Platform detector line 39. Okay, platform detector line 39. Okay. I'm pretty sure we just did that. Did we not just drag that in? Let's see. Open this up and see. See, that's not going to work because it's going to be attached to here as well. So we're going to have to do this a different way. So let's go and say, for now, let's just go and do the exact same thing we did with our teleporting manager, but we will do it with our button platform. So this is going to be our button platform, game object define game object with tag, button platform tag, and then we also need to get off our button platform. Okay, so let's test that out. Hopefully that makes a difference, and hopefully that works, and we should now be able to click on our button. Let's give it a test. So watch this not work. Okay, so that still doesn't work. Why is that not working? Q platform detector. Let's see. It's still having a problem with this. Button platform dot pressed, yeah. Let's go and make this public and see if we are actually getting anything public. So that should show up in our inspector now, and we should be able to see when it fills up. So that platform detector script should be attached to our button platform, which is here. No, it's not been attached. Okay. So if we just drag that into there quickly and just play the game, let's see, does that work? No, it doesn't work. Okay, so that's a bit weird. Let's go to our levels. Maybe this is why. So on our level, we can see that this is still a blue platform. So if we delete that, and let's just add in our button platform into there, and then we can go and change it, or let's move it up to here. Let's just round that off. That's going to be 0, 0, and 1. So let's play this, and now hopefully we can get some difference. So let's see. In our scene. Okay, so that's still not working. Okay, that's a bit strange. Anyway, I don't really know why that's not working, so I'm gonna go figure that out, and then in the next episode we'll fix that, and then as well as that we'll carry on working with working on our moving platform, so that once we've done that, we can actually link them together and have the button actually trigger the moving platform. And then once that was working, we can actually go and build out like a proper level with all the different platforms that we've got. Actually, we've only have that one platform that we would have made, but anyway, we'll figure that out. Well, I'll figure that out later today, and then in tomorrow's episode, we'll go and fix it, and we can carry on with the game. So thanks for watching again. If you made this far, please go ahead and like the video, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It does help a lot. We're nearly at 200 subscribers, so we're getting there slowly, but thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.